Hey folks, welcome to my long-term review of the Omega 8006 Nutrition Center. It's been a video I wanted to make for a while now, but it's good that I've waited until now because I've had the juicer for about 3 or 4 years and I've probably made over 1,000 juices in this particular juicer. So firstly, I'll show you exactly what comes in the box, how to put it together, and the different parts and what they're used for. These are all the main parts of the juicer. These 5 or 6 parts here, these are the parts that you need for doing regular vegetable juicing. And these parts over here are the additional parts. So you've got these different end pieces in here. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen I've used this to create some nice patterns with banana ice cream. And this is a homogenizer piece, so it's like a blank screen. So it doesn't juice, it homogenizes instead. It comes with these 2 compartments. You get the larger compartment here for the pulp and this smaller one here for the juice, which comes with a removable mesh to filter out the pulp. This is the main unit here. You never have to wash this really, just give it a wipe down every now and again. You can see the chrome here, it's a reflection of me in the chrome. It's a fairly solid, heavy unit. Thing to note here is the whole unit, that includes everything, comes with a 15-year warranty. So that's a pretty amazing warranty. If anything goes wrong at all, if anything breaks that isn't down to your own user error, you can just get in touch with Omega and they'll send you out replacement parts. This is just the manual that comes with the unit. It's a bit of a getting started guide in here, shows you roughly what to do. And what's also really nice is you get this free book. You have a choice of a couple of books, and I went for this one, Dr. Norman Walker's book on juicing. This is Dr. Norman Walker on the back. So just going to show you how these parts get put together and insert into the juicer, and how the catchment areas, so the pulp catchment and the juice catchment, situate just to the front. So just got a very straightforward juice, one of my favourites: carrot, apple, ginger, lemon, celery and kale. One of the things about the Omega is it's brilliant for greens. If you're going to be juicing any level of greens, then you really want to get a slow RPM, a masticating juicer like the Omega. Link down below. I'm going to leave a link in the description box below, so you can go over and have a look at the price of these things. They're not cheap. They're definitely not cheap, but it's such an investment. When I first got into juicing, I didn't even know what a juicer was. I thought it was just a blender. But what juicing does is it takes the nutrients straight out of the fiber so that you don't have to bother with digestion, and it allows that stuff to go straight into your blood, straight into your cells. So it's the best way to get nutrition into your body because it's the juice from the food that feeds you. The fiber is a good broom. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have fiber. Definitely we should have fiber in our diet, but if we just want to get fast nutrition straight into our cells, and a lot of it, look at all this stuff that's going into the juicer. There's no way I could sit here and munch my way through all this, but if I'm juicing it, easy. Produce around about a pint of juice and I can drink that down, sip it over the course of about half an hour. So you can see at the end there, what I just did is just the juice kind of, as the pulp collects on top here, the juice kind of collects over the pulp. So just kind of move the pulp around and allow the juice to percolate down into the juice chamber. In terms of weight, the juice weighs slightly more than the pulp. So the efficiency from that, well, decide for yourself. If you've been using any other juicer to compare it to, then you'd know. But for me, I think the efficiency of this is pretty good, especially from greens. You get a lot of juice out of greens. You can see in this pulp here, most of this is kind of empty fiber from the carrots, but you can just see the green fiber at the bottom there, and you can see how green this juice is as well. So it's very effective at juicing greens. In terms of pulp content, this is all the pulp that has been collected in the mesh area at the top. So it's not really too much, and the mesh does a good job at catching it. It's probably a spoonful of pulp there. And the rest, what you get below in the chamber, is just a pure, nice, creamy texture for the juice itself. The main concerns that people seem to have with the juicer is they think it's going to be too slow because the aperture is only that, it's quite a small size, but you chop everything up beforehand and it goes in, and really I've got the whole juicing process down, including washing up, to about 15 minutes, which is pretty good. It's pretty good. When it comes to washing up, the only thing that you have to wash up, there's a little catch that pulls back there, and then everything you need to wash up is right here. So those 5 parts that I showed you at the beginning of the video, that's all that needs washing up. So let's just take this over to the sink. Try not to drip any juice on the ground. So you can see now here with it in the sink, obviously you've got to wash up your containers and the mesh, but you've got to wash the pusher, this kind of plate thing on the top, and then the juicing components themselves. So that end bit just screws off, and then inside you've got the juicing screen, which pulls out like so, and then just the auger piece inside as well. Everything here you can kind of just run through cold water and it rinses it off pretty well. The main juicing screen, the thing that can get clogged up, is this item here, and you can see all the little holes there, and you really need to get a brush through that. Something I forgot to show you at the beginning is that the juicer actually does come with this brush, and you can get it in there and brush out all of the little components inside the juicer. But again, the whole process, juicing and washing up, honestly only takes me about 15 minutes. So 1,000 juices in, this thing is still absolutely rock solid. It never misses a beat. The only thing it struggled with slightly was I put some really hard rock solid frozen bananas through it, and it kind of struggled with those a little bit, but you just have to go a little bit slower and it still does the job just fine. Would I recommend this juicer? Well, I've already recommended it to 3 people, all of whom have bought it and have been really pleased with the results that they've had. So it's a fantastic piece of kit. Like I say, it's not the cheapest thing you can buy, and the thought of having to buy this alongside a blender if you're on a healing journey does sound like a lot of money. I attribute a lot of my healing to the juicing regime that I've been able to have with this piece of kit. Like I say, it does the greens, and the greens are crucial. The greens are crucial to get the nutrients that you need when you're trying to heal from things like eczema. So massive thumbs up to Omega for the piece of kit they have here. Like I say, it's not a cheap piece of kit, but check out the link below. Check them out on Amazon. They've been out for a while now. The prices are coming down. I'll leave a link below. Be sure to have a look and see what kind of offers you can get now. So the main things that drew me to this juicer was the fact that I could see myself using it, which is crucial if you're thinking about getting a juicer. It's got to be something you can see yourself using. Think about washing up times, think about simplicity, think about what it is that you want to be juicing. If it's greens, you've got to go with a single auger, slow RPM masticating juicer like this. I'm going to leave a couple of links down below to other juicers which are a bit cheaper than the Omega 8006, but they also are slow RPM and do the same job with greens. Obviously, this is the one I recommend because this is the one I've had. I've done over 1,000 juices with this juicer, but there are others which I understand perhaps build quality isn't quite the same, but they do the same job when it comes to simplicity and the efficiency in doing greens. Any other questions, comments, leave them down below, please. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables. Cheers.